Hello and welcome. My name's Marie and this is my yarn journey. Hope you are well. Sorry if you can hear the dog in the background. He is licking his paw at the moment and making quite a bit of a noise. Fingers crossed that's not coming across on the mic. Anyways, this is a traditional podcast episode. This is my weekly update of what I've knit in the last week. And yeah, I've worked on 3 projects again. Seems to be a theme at the moment that I seem to do that. I haven't quite got done what I was expecting, but I'll go into that shortly. If you do want to get in touch with me or support the channel in any way, all the information is down in the description box. There's links to my Discord, my Instagram, my Ko-fi, so you can buy me a coffee or a glass of wine if you'd like to financially support the channel. And there's always the free ways of liking the channel by liking the video and also subscribing, because they do help the channel get out there in front of all the lovely knitters or crafters. And I think that's all that I want to say for the intro. The weather has gone pretty nippy around here, and I really still do need to get my wardrobe organised because I can't find half of my knitwear in there. It's crazy. We've got this weird weather at the moment where it's lovely and sunny. It's really cool in the mornings. It's about between 5 and 7 degrees, but it's getting up to about 17, 18 in the afternoon. So it's hard to know what to wear. Anyway, I'm going to talk first about this project. There isn't a lot to talk about because you've seen all these projects, and also I've been quite busy this week with work, so I haven't had as much knitting time as I normally would. I did get time to do my nails though, which was nice because I've not had them painted for a couple of weeks, and it's not like me being a nail tech. I do tend to have my nails done most of the time. Last weekend I worked on my sock a little bit more, and I am actually up to the point now where I need to do my toe. So I've just done a little bit since you last saw this. It's still the first sock, and I just didn't get around to pulling up the pattern and starting on the decreases because I haven't memorised that part of the pattern. I'm really chuffed. That's in my favourite Tea Cake and Makes bag. Oh, and if you don't know, and I don't know if I should tell you this or not, because if you all get one and I don't, I'll be upset. Tea Cake and Makes has got a new set out, and it is a gingerbread bag like this, and it comes with yarn and a socks pattern and a few other bits, and that is coming out, and it will probably already be out by the time you see this video. So if you want to have a look at that, I will put a link to her shop in the description. Oh, I didn't even tell you, did I? See, this, if you didn't see last week's video, is a sock pattern by Summer Lee. I do a lot of her patterns. I've got her book, I've got lots of her sock patterns, and this is one of hers from the Sailor sock set, and it's a broken rib, and I'm using John Arbon, and I think I've got the tag in here. Yeah, it's the Exmoor sock 4-ply. 50 grams is 200 meters, and it's, I was talking about this last week but I couldn't remember the makeup of it. Now it is 60% Exmoor Blue Face, 20% Corriedale, and 10% the one beginning with Z that I can never pronounce, and 10% nylon. It does feel like it will be a very, very sturdy sock yarn. I have enjoyed that now I've got back into doing that sock, and yeah, I'm only on the first one though, so it's not going to be done by my birthday, is it? It's going to be interesting to get the socks out of my box of socks. So if you haven't seen before on my channel, I have done a couple of videos about this. I decided last year around the time of my birthday, which is the 19th of October, to start a box of socks for myself. Now it's not been very successful, to be honest. My sock mojo has been quite low, and I think it's because I had a few issues with my fit, getting the perfect fit, and I was doing quite a few colourwork socks, which my colourwork gauge really threw things off as well. So I did go back to trying to just work out my socks on a vanilla sock or quite a basic sock pattern. Anyway, I think I've only got about 3 pairs in there, if that. So in 12 months, it's not a lot of sock knitting, is it? Maybe this next 12 months, I will do it again. The idea being that I'm going to start the box of socks at my birthday or around my birthday, and any socks that I knit in that 12-month period goes into the box of socks, and I get them out as a birthday gift to me, and then they go into my drawer to be in rotation. So I'm very much looking forward to actually being able to wear those socks finally, although I think ambitiously, I thought, oh, I might get 12 done. If not, 6 will be nice. Nowhere near that even. But anyway, yeah, that's the premise of that. So I'll be getting that out very soon, and I will be showing you when I do that, and then thinking what will I'll be doing going forward. Hopefully I can increase on that in the next 12 months. But yeah, this will be probably in next year's by the time it's finished. The other project that I have worked on is my main garment, which is the Calm Down sweater by Lily Kate France. And I haven't done as much as I was hoping for. When I showed you last week, I had just joined under the V at the neck point here. And all I've done is I've done some armhole shapings, and I've finished the front. And I am now at the point where I need to pick up for the neckline. Now, I was going to do that, but I just didn't have the mental energy the last few evenings to do that. So that's hopefully something that I'm going to get to tonight. I'm going to set some time aside and try and get that done. And just as a reminder, this sweater is being knit in 100% cashmere yarn, and it's a yarn from Ula and Leah. And yeah, it's leaning heavy DK, I would say, but it's a lovely, lovely fabric. It's just a little bit tough on my hands sometimes, so I'm not knitting on this as much as I would. I think the fabric's turning out lovely, and I can't wait to block it because, as I've said before, it does have quite a lot of spinning oils on it. I do think as well that this is going to be a very, very warm sweater. I'm just hoping that it has a nice drape when I'm wearing it, and obviously the size. I've tried it on. I can't remember if I'd done that before last week, but yeah, I've tried it on a couple of times, but I've tried it on and I'm happy. It's still going to come out. So if you don't remember or you didn't see, I had lots of gauge issues with this. I struggled to get gauge. I ended up going down to a 3.5mm. I think it's a 4mm in the pattern for the main body, and I'm still only just nearing to get gauge. So gauge is 22 stitches for that pattern, and I'm getting 21.5, but that is before I have blocked it. That's a before block gauge. So we shall see how it turns out, because originally I was really struggling and to get the gauge in the pattern, and I was getting about 19 stitches, and I knew that because I was originally doing the size 3 in that pattern, and I knew that it was going to end up too big because it's already quite an oversized garment. I fluctuate between a 37 and a 40 inch, and I normally only like 2 or 3 inches of positive ease. I don't like things to be too oversized, although my Pole sweater does have a bigger ease than that. But I do find with a lot of garments with a bigger ease, they often end up looking too big on me rather than being the oversized look. Hard to explain, but I'm quite petite. I'm only 5'3", so that's probably got something to do with it. I always feel like I look like I've got my big sister's jumper on. But with that garment, the size 2 comes out around the 43-inch marker, which is what I'd normally knit to, or less, between 40 and that. And yeah, I was originally going to go for the size 3 because that was what's recommended, and I've noticed that in Lily Kate Francis patterns, and I've said this before, so sorry if you're hearing it again, but I've been doing a size 4 in some of her patterns, and it's been ended up way too oversized for my preferences. So I had changed to doing a size 3, and then obviously with my gauge issues, etc., I went down to a size 2, and then ended up being on the 3.5 and almost getting gauge. So I've got 21.5 stitches. So even if it turns out that I am on gauge and I'm getting the size, I'm sure that will be a lovely fitting sweater, because 43 inches, I'm quite happy with that sort of ease on me. It just depends. And the armholes are very deep, so I've not got an issue with that at all. And yeah, I really want to crack on and get this to in the round bit, but I need to do the neckline first, so that's going to be tonight's job. Oh, and that was in my Willa Bay bag. You're seeing these a lot recently because I'm working on the same 3 projects. So now I've made a lot of progress on the next one, and this has been great for the last few days where I've been busy working and not had the mental energy. I'll show you the bag first this time, shall I? This is my new bag from my Creative Garage. And in here is my Night Light by Andrea Mowry. And these are my 2 yarns. I'm now on the second one of the Sakura yarn from my Creative Garage. It's a DK weight. And then I've got this one, which is this one, Lana Gatto. I can never remember the name for some reason. That's in a navy. I'm on my 4th ball of this. This is what I've got left of my 2nd ball. And I knit, so this one is the more heavily speckled. The other one was more lightly speckled. The first skein, that was intentional. That was Vanessa's suggestion, which was great. Obviously, I've gone way past the halfway point. I had done that when I last showed you. Now it is rolling up quite a bit, so it's very hard to show you, and it's very, very long. Whether I will regret having knit and knit and knit until I just almost run out of my first 100 grams of the Sakura, I don't know, because it seems very long. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and see if I can fold it at the halfway point, then I can show you. It's been a very enjoyable knit, this. It's really not... let's see if I can find my midway point here. It's very hard because it is curling up, but I think I've found it here. So I'm going to fold it. Then I might be able to give you some idea of the length. The pattern's looking lovely. I'll show you on this side, because you can see that it's definitely showing a lot more of them darker pink speckles on this side of the knitting compared with this one. I think it's going to look lovely when it's wrapped around me. So that will be the midway point. It's lovely and plump. Both yarns are very, very soft and plump. And so I don't think it's going to be massively long, if you can see my little tail on this side. And as you can see, I've not got very far to go at all. I think this is definitely going to be finished in the next couple of days. And then hopefully I'm going to straight away decide what hat and what mittens to do with this. Yeah, I'm really pleased. I'm so glad that I saw Vanessa knitting this, and that's what I've used this Sakura yarn for, because I think that I am going to get a lot of wear out of this. especially now the weather's starting to change. And I've noticed that the rows are going really quick now. So yeah, only a few hours of knitting there, I think, and it'll be done. So yeah, it's really good. So I've got some more of the navy yarn. I know I've said this before, but as I was talking about it, I will explain. I am going to be knitting some mittens and a hat to go with that. And I'm just doing them plain navy. I'm doing a petite knit hat the weekend, or the Oslo, or whichever one's DK. I'm doing one of her hats because I've wanted to do one of her hat patterns for a while. And I also I'm going to hopefully try one of hers for my partner as well, because he needs another hat for fishing. So I've got some lovely green yarns that hopefully I could do one of them in, which I think his will be the fingering weight, because that's what I've got in stash. And yeah, I've not 100% decided which mitten pattern I'm going to do. I'm either going to do probably the OLE mittens, which will give me a practice for the brioche for the weekend jacket that I want to do of petite knits, or which I would prefer to do those because they look very, very thick and warm, and that's what that's going to be like. And then with the hat as well, it'll be a good way for me to practice. Just a little bit concerned about doing it in the dark navy yarn, because last time when I was doing it, I was struggling to differentiate the yarn overs from the normal knit stitch, and I think that's just because I was using a heavily variegated yarn last time I was trying brioche, because I was doing the All About Brioche shawl, which I was using at one of my advents for, and yeah, I ended up pulling that back because there wasn't enough, I couldn't differentiate between the two colours enough to do that pattern successfully, so I realised they were the wrong yarns for that. And I think that's everything I've got to update you on this week. I know it's quite a short episode, but there's not really much to say. Just been busy working, like I say, back at old school run, all that sort of thing. I have started a new book, so I was reading Filthy Rich Vampires. There's 4 books in that series. I've now finished them. They're by Geneva Lee. Really enjoyed them. And I'm now reading this. So I've already read The Lost Bookshop by the same author. And this one, The Mysterious Bakery on Rue de Paris, because it was by the same author, I thought I would give this a whirl. And yeah, I've really enjoyed it. It's a definite change of pace to what I have been reading, because I've been reading a lot of romantasy. But this one is a cosy book, and I'm really enjoying it. It's quite gripping, wondering, what's going. There's a little bit of a mystery involved in it, so it's interesting to find out. It's going to be interesting to find out what's going on. And I think that's everything that I've got to say this week. One little thing that I can mention is that I'm waiting for my red yarn to arrive for my other loop sweater. I've ordered that now, so I can't wait for that to come and I have a bit of a feel of what it's like with the Angora in it. So it's merino and Angora, I think, the composition. And yeah, won't be long till my birthday now. So hope you are all having have had a lovely week, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye. Well, hello. I bet you weren't expecting me to be back so soon, but I forgot to tell you about something. Something good, something big. I've booked my ticket for East Anglia Yarn Festival. So yeah, I'm very, very excited to say that I will be going to East Anglia Yarn Festival next year. So if any of you have booked your tickets and you are going, feel free to come and say hello while I'm there. It will be lovely to meet you. I've booked a ticket for just the Saturday, and I will be there most of the day, I would have thought. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. Hotel is booked, and yeah, I just thought I'd let you all know. So hopefully you are going, and I'll see you there. And on that bit of news, I definitely am going now. See you later. Have a good week. Bye.